That was so refreshing. Most of the people we get here, good entertainers, but they do the old stuff that they know we'll recognize and tap our feet to and everything. I like your style.
Thank you.
Don't know what you're going to do next.
May I personally say that it's the most wonderful musical moments in my life.
Absolute great entertainment all day, unbelievable voice, and this guy kills his Neil Diamond. The best Neil Diamond I've ever heard. It's next to Neil Diamond. Thank you very much.
How you tell the history of the songwriters, like Danny Kaye's mother, and talk about people like.
Song by Neil Diamond. His father was Akiva, and his mother was Rose. His father was an immigrant from Russia who worked as a dry cleaner. His mother was from Poland. Hello again. The answer, my friend, is So does that mean it's out in the wind to be found, blowing? Or going with the flow, blowing in the wind? Or blowing into the wind, going against the flow? 3 possible meanings. I don't know. Let's see if we can figure it out. Blowing in the wind? Is that how we know how? Is it to go with the flow? Or against something so? Perhaps to go seeking is the way to go. Tell me, what does Bob mean when he says blow? Bob Dylan songs are not so melodious, but they're fabulous poetry set to music.
But I don't hear all your words.
I tried to enunciate them especially.
But I have lousy hearing.
That's because you're a bit corned beef, dear.
And I want to hear every word. Some of us don't hear that well.
Did everyone else hear the words?
Yes.
All right, I'm just... Good. Oh, I'm afraid just because you are a little bit compromised in that department is not a failing of mine. I do apologize and I feel for you tremendously. I tell you what, just for you, if you just would bear with it for a moment, I'm going to do a little bit of the version just for you. All right, here we are. Saying I love you is easy. What I spend most of my time doing is singing the songs of the last 6 decades of the Jewish songwriters, anywhere from Amy Winehouse to Irving Berlin to Gershwin to Bob Dylan to Barbra Streisand to Bette Midler to Lou Reed. And this song is where I mashed them together inside the Lou Reed song. And let's see if you recognize them all. If you want to ask me questions, hold on to the end. Both parents are Russian Jewish, and they emigrated to the US in 1989. When Regina was 9, aided by the Hebrew Immigration Aid Society. My mama was cold. She was told she'd never been young, so she never grew old. She took a deep breath, never exhaled. She lived her life under a veil. I grew up quick, but I grew up strong. I didn't get to be her baby too long. Whenever I eat, I just want something sweet, but I couldn't get it at home. So I got it in the streets. I don't know if you realize this, you're going to leave here today, you're all going to be best of friends because you're going to have something to talk about. You're going to say, see that guy? Frank Sinatra, Regina Spektor, he did his own songs.
I grew up as a child on Moon River.
Oh, what? So there's a river called Moon River?
Oh yeah, the Moon River Plantation is where he lived.
I thought he just made it up because he saw the moon in the river.
No, it's a real Moon River. I mean, I fished there. Little fish, and I cheated, but
What do you mean you cheated? You brought your fish with you?
I threw them back.
That's not cheating, that's being nice. I'm not sure it's that nice because you do leave them with a hole in their mouth. That's quite nice. Well, there's a bunch of fish down there. He's really nice, isn't he? Yes. I think he's a nice person.
He is a nice man too, believe it or not.
That's very good to hear.
I mean, he was a very nice man.
Because sometimes people, when they get some great success, are the funny thing about it is you get close to strangers, but you can't live up to that closeness as you walk down the street all the time. So it's difficult. I sympathise.
Yeah.
So it takes a great person to still be kind to strangers when you're not on stage. And you're saying Johnny Mercer was one of them. So if you give me 2 words, give me 2 concepts, and I'm going to tell right now, ChatGPT, I'm going to say, write me a poem about Now you might wonder why this is part of the Jewish songwriters, because the guy who invented OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, is a Jewish guy. So this is still Jewish songwriters. Write me a poem about Shabbos, and the guy who wrote OpenAI is Sam Altman. So he's another Jewish songwriter. What's the other word? Shabbos and? What's the other word? Shabbos? Someone say flowers? Yeah. This is writing it. It's flowing down the screen. It's written this poem. It has access to Shakespeare, Byron, Keats, so understands iambic pentameters and different kinds of modes of rhyming. And it's written this right now, never been written before, based on those 2 words. And I'll hit a couple of chords and lay it out. A hush descends, the week is done. The setting of the golden sun. A sacred glow, so soft and bright, welcomes in the Shabbos light. Upon the table, standing tall, a fragrant gift so pure enthralls. Lilies white and roses red, with whispers of a prayer said. Just give me 2 words, 2 ideas. Football fields, kisses in 4th graders, all right.
In the style of Shakespeare.
Okay. For there, beside the goalpost tall and true, a maiden fair doth stand in golden hue.
They thought you did a really good job last night, but you can show you're a showman. You know what I mean?
Baby Tosh sings, all the Jewish girls go do 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 do. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed we all could be forgiving. When I was young and unafraid, and dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid, no song unsung, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder. And she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. Shelter from the storm, shelter from the storm. Suddenly I turned round and she was standing there with silver bracelets on her wrists and flowers in her hair. She came up to me quite gracefully. She took my crown of thorns. She said, come in, I'll give you shelter from the storm. I was burned out from exhaustion. I was buried in the hail, poisoned in the bushes and blown out on the trail, hunted like a crocodile, ravaged in the corn. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm.
You won me over because you first recited the poem without singing it. Then you started embellishing and adding to it and giving it depth. And it went straight to the heart.
These people here know things that most people that should know things know, that they know, that I don't know because I'm not most people, but they're most people. Which is great.
Do you know Dancing in the Dark with Ed Sheeran?
Yeah. 5-story fire as you came. Love is a losing game, one I wish I'd never played. Oh, what a mess we made. In April, my one true love came to me, and I ran the slope of my high hill to follow a thread of song. Her eyes were hard as porphyry from looking on cruel lands. Her voice went slipping over me like terrible silver hands. In April, an artist has to make some room in everything he seems, taking that the higher lines are free. In the middle of the noise on a busy day, I can hear myself. Can you tell I'm trying to say something? How it feels to be seen and known for what you have and what you let go and let show. But how it feels to be dreaming, though everything's really sad. But I'm still glad for what I have. For what I have. Now I understand what you tried to say to me. How we suffer for our sanity. How we try to set each other free. Starry, starry night. Swelling clouds of violet haze. Flaming flowers that brightly blaze. Reflecting Vincent's eyes of china blue. It's not aimed at anyone. It's just escaping on the run. And but for the sky, there are no fences facing. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hand, touching hand, reaching out, touching me, touching you. I don't know if I want to do it. I mean, really? Touching me. Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but now I know it's growing strong. Good times never feel so good. But better still though than letting it snow. Were it even true that I had it in tow, meaning that it's beyond, and again I abscond, hoping to eventually belong. Another old song, another old song. Words that rang in me, rhyme that sprang and warmed the night. And what was right became me. You are the sun, I am the moon. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I bring to you and I present to you mostly the Jewish singer-songwriters from the 70s, which are Bette Midler, Bob Dylan, Neil Diamond, Frank Sinatra. I say Frank Sinatra because Irving Berlin, Gershwin, and many of the songwriters of the Sinatra songs were Jewish songwriters. Richard Rodgers, Irving Berlin, Mel Torme, Cy Coleman, Harold Arlen, Sammy Cahn, Carolyn Lee, Stephen Sondheim, George Gershwin, and who wrote White Christmas?
And it said, only in America could a Christmas song like White Christmas be written by a Jewish immigrant from Russia.
Exactly.
I'm dreaming. That was how it was originally written, but when Bing Crosby did it, he made it normal. Have a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. I've got to tell you, guys are really terrible. I mean, great. With every Christmas card I write, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be. 'Cause there's no nicer witch than ba 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 ba. Thank you. You guys all play the part of the barman. And I play the part of the drunk who's come into the bar, whose bird has flown the coop. So when I'm feeling gloomy, won't you listen to me until it's all talked away? That's how it goes. We're going to play a song by a person who has sold over 160 million records. His name is William Martin Joel. His mother's name is Rosalind. He was born. Haven't they heard we won the war? What do they keep on fighting for? And so my child and I came to this place to meet them eye to eye and face to face. He made my daughter laugh and we embraced. We never knew what friends we had until we came to Leningrad. Thank you. That's a song by Billy Joel. And every time I look at the words of that song, I think about what's happening today. Here, stuck on a hill, the outsiders inside the home that we built. The cold settles in, it's been a long winter of indifference. And maybe you love me, maybe you don't. Maybe you'll learn to, maybe you won't. But you've had enough, but I never gave up on you.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Happy birthday to you. You can't say it's your own birthday. You know what I'm saying? Spirit move me every time I'm near you. whirling like a cyclone in my mind. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. No, you ain't. Saw the ghost of Elvis on Union Avenue, followed him up to the gates of Graceland, watched him walk right through, walk right through security. They did not see him, they just huddled around his tomb. And there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king, just down in the jungle room, walking in Memphis with my feet 10 feet off of Beale Street. Okay, this is a piece of music, but the first half of it is written by a very, very profound, magnificent, beautiful man, a rabbi called Rabbi Waxman in Monsey, New York. And he has got a heart of gold, and he has dedicated his life to the Jewish people. And he presents a melody that a different writer wrote words to. So the melody says, the words are translated as meaning, very simply, God can do anything. Now, that perspective is the relaxed perspective. People who are observant in any faith look at God as the force that can do anything, so therefore they don't worry. The other side of people with faith is also an aspect of faith, but that's the panic. That's the please God help. And the words in that are Italian, and they mean, answer us, de padre di tutto de padre odom, the father of the fathers of man. HaKol Yochol, HaKol Yochol, HaKol Yochol, HaKol Yochol, HaKol Yochol. Rebboine shel Elohim, Aneinu de Padre, de tutto de Padre Odom. Rebboine shel Elohim, Aneinu de Padre, de tutto de Padre Odom. Yes. Remember, be good to people even if they're not good to you, because they're struggling just like you, and if somebody gives you the same favor, well, you probably appreciate it. I love you. Bye. In Schwan, measuring the marigolds, seems to me you'd stop and see how it's the heart afraid of breaking that never takes a chance. It's the soul afraid of waking that never learns to dance. It's the one who won't be taken, who never seems to give. It's the dream afraid of waking that never gets to live.
I like you the best. I like you the best.
You like me the best?
Yes.
The best? So say, baby Tosh. Oh, there's the other one. Mary had a little lamb.
Fleece was white as snow.
No, the midwife was treated for shock.
And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
He said, I dance now at every chant in honky-tonks for my drinks and tips, but I spend most of my time behind these county bars. You see, son, I drink a bit. Oh, my mother's favorite song. Shook his head. She loved Sammy Davis Jr. for no other reason than he said he was Jewish. Strange reason to love somebody, that's what I always find, but at the same time, possibly if you look more deeply into it, you might find it's worthwhile. Anyway. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet.
So much fun, Paul, my new favorite.
You're wonderful, and I'm so glad that I've got to see you before I go. Because I'm and so.
How you doing? Hey, I've lived here for 5 years.
Yes.
And you're at the top of the show. You're at the top of the show. You're really.
Thank you very much.
He was absolutely awesome.
You were great, great, great.
He took all the time we
Baby Thomas is great.
Super wonderful.
Really enjoyed your entertainment.
But if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way. All the way. Marlon Hamlet. What can you do to do to do to do to do. Baby Tosh is coming your way, whereby Cybertrucks is way across the USA. We've done a bit of Frank now. I feel I'm Yoitze the mitzvah. Elton John. Let's do Elton John. He's not Jewish. No, but he's gay, which is the next best thing. You know what I mean? Sensitive, artistic, organized. Maybe OCD? But at the same time, I think OCD is such a criminal, unless, of course, it takes over your life with things that are of no consequence. But of things that are a consequence, what a lucky difficulty to have. If you can direct it into something constructive, you've got a superpower. You never give me your money. You only give me your funny paper. And in the middle of negotiations, you break down. Baby Tosh, www.babytosh.com. Hit like, subscribe. I'm not here to sell you anything, but if you want to buy it, you can come to me after the show.
That cork must be hard to smoke.
It's also hard to swallow.